Welcome students again into the 11th Science Chemistry class. We are learning the chapter number 11th, that is adsorption and colloids. Now adsorption phenomena already we completed. In all adsorption phenomena there are the so many topics we already learned. Now this is the second part of this chapter, that is the colloids. Now you may heard the word colloids or colloidal dispersion. Now this is very important in our daily life, colloidal dispersion. There are so many colloidal dispersions. Now these colloidal dispersions are between the extreme entities such as solution and suspension. If we add the sand into the water, it becomes, that is the suspension. Or if we add the tea leaves into the milk, it will become suspension. And if we add the salt into the water, it becomes a homogeneous solution. Or you may add the sugar into the water, it also becomes a homogeneous solution. Now solution and suspension, these are the two different, that is, entities, and into that there is the colloidal dispersion. That means the particles present into the colloidal dispersions are somewhat larger than the particles of the solution, and they are smaller than the particles of the suspension. Now, what is the importance of these colloids in our daily life? Let us learn. A number of substances we use in our daily life, day-to-day life, are the colloidal substances such as milk, buttermilk, jelly, whipped cream, and also that is the butter. Again, colloidal chemistry is the chemistry of everyday life. The knowledge of the colloidal chemistry is essential to understanding the materials such as cement, bricks, pottery, porcelain, and other plastic, leather, paper, textile, then filaments, crayons, ink, road construction. Again, in the, that is the, in many daily processes like the cooking, washing, dyeing, painting, flotation, water purification, sewage disposal, in all that, smoke prevention, photography, pharmacy, use of colloids is very important. Now you heard all these in our daily life, and therefore we have to study this colloidal system or colloidal dispersion in details. Now what is this colloids? Chemically, what are the colloids? Colloids are the heterogeneous mixtures. Now you know the mixtures. In mixtures, all the substances can separate by the physical method or chemical method. So colloids are nothing but they are the mixture, they are the heterogeneous mixtures. And the component of colloid which is present in the largest proportion is called as the dispersion medium. Remember that. The portion of the colloids which are present in a largest proportion is called as the dispersion medium, and the other component which is present in a smaller proportion is called as the dispersed phase. For example, in milk, water is the dispersion medium and the milk protein is the dispersed phase. Casein is the dispersed phase. Now milk is the colloid, or it is also called as the colloidal dispersion. The particles of the dispersed phase which is dispersed into the dispersion medium, that particles, the size of that particles of the dispersed phase is larger than the molecules. The size of the particles of dispersed phase present into the colloid are larger than the size of the molecule. but smaller than the size of the particles which we can see with the naked eyes. Particles we can see such just like dust particles or chalk particles, we can see the by the naked eyes. But the size of these dispersed phase particles are somewhat smaller than the size of the particles which can we see by the naked eyes. But they are larger, the size are larger of dispersed phase particle than the molecules. Remember that. Now, let us learn about the solution. The solution of salt and water is the homogeneous solution. That is the homogeneous system. That means we cannot, after adding the salt into the water, cannot distinguish between the that is the solute particle, salt particle, and the water molecule. That means there is the homogeneous system will be formed after addition of salt into the water. Because salt dissolves completely in the water. On the other hand, if we mix or if we mix the tea leaves with the milk, if we mix tea leaves with milk, what happens? There is the formation of suspension. That means the tea leaves we can see by the naked eyes into that milk during the formation of tea. That is the suspension. Just as we add the sand into the water, or we add the muddy, or we take the muddy water into that, that is the suspension. But what are these colloids or colloidal dispersion then? They are not solution or they are not suspension, but they are between these two extremes. They are between the two extremes, solution and suspension. So, between the two extremes of solution and suspension, we observe a large group of system called as the colloidal dispersion. What is then colloidal dispersion? Colloidal dispersions are between these two extremes of solution and suspension, and there is the large number of a large group of system between these two extremes, solution and suspension, and that large group of system is called as the colloidal dispersion, or simply we can call it as the colloids also. Now that are the colloids. The essential difference between the solute particles, or the essential difference between solution and colloid. What is the essential main difference between the solution and the colloids then? And it is the particle size. That is the particle size difference between solution and colloidal dispersion. Due to that particle size, we can differentiate solution and colloidal dispersion, or simply colloids. Now, how the particle size is then of solution and colloids? Solution contains solute particles. We know that in solution there are the solute particles. Now that solute particles have the diameter in the range of 0.1 to 2 nanometer. The size or diameter of the solute particles in the solution is in the range of 0.1 to 2 nanometer, just as the size of the ion or molecule. That is in between 0.1 to 2 nanometer, the size of the ion or molecule. Such size is into the solution of that solute particle. But thus, on the other hand, the colloids contains particles of the dispersed phase. We know that in colloid there are the particle of dispersed phase into the dispersion medium. Now that the size of the particles of the dispersed phase in the colloids is range with diameter in the range of the size of that particles of the dispersed phase, or the diameter of that particles of the dispersed phase is in the range of 2 nanometer to 500 nanometer. Now this is the size of the colloidal particle, that is the dispersed phase present into the colloids, that is the 2 nanometer to 500 nanometer. Now both of these, that is the solution and the colloids, on standing they do not separate the solute and the solvent or dispersed phase and dispersion medium. That means on standing they cannot be separated. They remain homogeneous though we put them for a long time. Now that is, again these solutions are transparent. Solutions are transparent. But the colloids are the translucent. That means somewhat opaque. But the solutions are the transparent and may have be colored and do not separate on standing. Solutions may be colored and they do not separate on the standing. But the colloids are the translucent to the light and do not separate on standing. Now these are the about the difference between the solution, colloids, that is the colloidal dispersion, and suspension. The size of the suspension particles are very large, no matter. But the size of the solution particles, that is the solute particle present into the solution, is in the range of 0.1 to 2 nanometer, and the size of the dispersed phase particles present into the colloids or colloidal dispersion is in the range of 2 nanometer to 500 nanometer. Now let us learn some example of these colloids. Which are the important examples of the colloids? Let us learn now the examples of the colloids. The best example of colloid is the blue color of the sky. Why the sky appear blue in color? The reason is that the sky appear blue to us because of the minute dust particle along with the minute water droplets dispersed in air. That means the color of the sky is the dispersion, that is the colloidal dispersion or colloids. The color, blue color of the sky is due to the colloidal dispersion. Or what is the colloidal dispersion of the color of the sky? That is the minute dust particle having the size between the 2 nanometer to 500 nanometer along with the droplets of the water into the air. Air is the dispersion medium and these minute dust particles and water droplets are the dispersed phase. So, when the minute dust particles and the water droplets dispersed into the air, the color of that colloids is the blue in color, and that is why the sky appears as a blue in color. So the sky appear blue to us because the minute dust particle along with the minute water droplets dispersed in air and they scatter the blue color. That means the blue color wavelength get scattered by the particles of the dust and the water droplets. And we know that the wavelength which gets scattered, that is the color of that wavelength appears us, and therefore the blue color wavelength get scattered by the droplets of the water and the minute dust particle, and therefore we appear the sky blue in color. So the sky appear blue in color because minute dust particle along with the minute water droplets dispersed in the air and they scatter the blue light which reaches to our eyes, and so sky appear blue in color. So the blue color of the sky is the example of the colloidal dispersion. Into that water droplets and the minute that is dust particles are colloidal phase or it is the dispersed phase, and the air is the dispersion medium. Now next best example is the blood, especially the blood without the platelets and the blood cells. That blood is the that is colloidal dispersion. But if in blood there are the platelets and the blood cells, then it becomes the colloidal suspension. So blood is the colloidal dispersion of plasma proteins and antibodies in the water. The plasma protein and the antibodies have a very micro size, that is the nanometer size of the nanoparticles between 2 nanometer to 500 nanometer diameter, and therefore the plasma proteins and that are the antibodies form the that is colloidal dispersion of the blood in the water. But at the same time, blood is also suspension of blood cells and platelets in the water. So blood is colloidal dispersion of plasma protein and antibodies, but it is the dispersion, that is the suspension of blood platelets and the blood cells in the water. And now come to the third example, that is the soil. Soils are also the example of colloidal dispersion because especially the humus in the soil acts as the colloidal dispersion. So fertile soils having humus into that. Humus means that is the very important that is fertilizer, like that is organic fertilizer. So the that is fertile soils are colloidal in nature, where humus acts as the protective colloid. Now, the soil having the humus adsorb moisture and nourishing material due to its colloidal nature. Due to the colloidal nature of the fertile soil having the humus, it adsorb on it, that is the nourishing particle, nourishing material as well as the moisture, and due to that the soil becomes fertile. Now these are the three main examples of the colloids. Now let us learn the classification of the colloids. Now colloids are also classified into three different types. So the classification of colloids are classified into three different ways. Now first way of classification of colloids is based on classification of colloid based on the physical state of dispersion medium and physical state of the dispersed phase also. Now how the physical state classify these colloids? Now let us learn this chart. That is, here is the dispersed phase which is dispersed into the dispersion medium. Then here is the dispersion medium. Then the type of that colloid, what that type called of that colloid generally, that, and the examples of that colloids. Now the first is the dispersed phase is solid. Dispersion medium is also solid. Both are solids. If both dispersed phase and dispersion medium both are in the solid state, we know that the dispersion medium is always into the large proportion than the dispersed phase. But the solid disperse into the solid. That means dispersed phase is also solid and dispersion medium is also solid. Such type of colloids are called as the solid sol. Remember that. The colloids having both dispersion phase and dispersion medium both in the solid state, such colloids are called as the solid sol. And which are the example of the solid sol? That is the colored colored glasses. You already familiar about the colored glasses. Into that colored glasses, the glass material, that is the silica, is the main material, and into that different, that is the colored metals are added. That is means solid add into the solid. So it is the example of the solid sol, that is the colored glass. Again, gemstones, that is the marble stones, or it is marbles, we call as the marbles or geolites. So that is also that is the in the silica, that is alumina and silica, there are the different color of the metals get dispersed. So the gemstones are also the example of the solid soil, because into that the metal and the silica both are in the solid state, that is dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Again the porcelain, you know that the porcelain plates and the saucers and that, into that also porcelain, also the color of the porcelain and the material, that is the dispersion medium of the porcelain, both are in the solid state. And the paper also, different color paper also the example of the solid soil. Now the second type in this, having the dispersed phase solid, but the now dispersion medium is liquid, and they are called as the salts or gels. They are called as both salts or gels. And the best example are the paints. You know the wall paints, that is the paints which are given into the, that is the houses, they have the different color. Into that the color pigments are in the solid state, that is the dispersed phase. And the dispersion medium, it may be oil or different, that is the organic liquids. So the dispersion mediums are liquid, and therefore the paints are the colloids, and such colloids are called as the salts or gels. Again the cell fluids. Again gelatin, you know that gelatin, in gelatin there are the solid dispersed into the liquid. Again the starch solution, starch particles are solid, they are the dispersed phase, and water is the that is the liquid, that is the dispersion medium. So starch solution and muddy water, very minute particles of the mud is also, the muddy water is also, that is the example of the colloid, that is the type of salt and gel. Now let us learn the third type, having the dispersed phase in the solid state, but the dispersion medium in the gas state. Now pay attention again on a blackboard. Now the third type of the this, that is colloid, which is based on the physical state of the dispersion medium and dispersed phase, is the that is type of the aerosol. Now what are these aerosol, that is aerosol colloids? In that dispersed phase is solid, but dispersion medium is gas, and such colloid is called as the aerosol. Now which are the example of such? Smoke. We know that in smoke there are the smoke particles into the air. Again dust particles also in the air. So this is the type of the colloid, that is the colloidal dispersion of aerosol, that is solid in gas type. Now next, that is the fourth type of that, is the dispersed phase is in liquid and dispersion medium is solid. Dispersed phase liquid, but dispersion medium is solid, that means large proportion is solid and small proportion is liquid. And such colloidal dispersions or colloids are called as the gel. You know that the gel, jellies, jams, etc. Now the cheese is also the example of that, because in that the liquid, that is the liquid is in the cheese solid, such as butter also. Butter is also the example. Into that butter, solid is in a large proportion and liquid is in the small proportion. And again the different jellies are of the fruit jellies. Into that also the liquid that is such as the mango jelly, that is it is the suppose we take that is the green mango jellies. Into that a sugar solution is in a small proportion, but the green mangoes are in the large proportion. So jelly, jam, butter, cheese, these are the examples of gel. The colloids are called as the gels. Now next is the type, that is the emulsion. In emulsion, liquid disperse into the liquid, both are in the liquid state. That means dispersed phase also liquid and dispersion medium is also liquid. Such colloids are called as the emulsion. And the best example is the milk. That is the milk protein in the liquid form. Into that again different minerals are also fats. Milk fats are in the liquid form. When we that is heated that milk, the milk fat comes over that milk. That means milk is the emulsion type of colloid in which liquid fats are dispersed into the liquid, that is water. Again the hair creams. We know the hair creams. Into that also they are also the type of the emulsion. Again next type, that is the aerosol. This is also aerosol, but into that the dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is the gas, as that of this solid in gas, such as liquid in gas type of the colloid are also called as the aerosols. Now which are that? Fog. Now we know the fog, that is during the rainy season or during the winter season there is the fog into the atmosphere, and that is the example of aerosol, because the liquid droplets, water droplets, humidity droplets disperse into the air. So it is the liquid in air type of colloid, that is the aerosol, that is the fog. Mist. Mist is also during the rainy season there is the mist. Cloud is also into the that is atmosphere or into the sky. There are the clouds. They are also the liquid in gas type, aerosol type. Again hairspray, liquid in into the air. Again when we spray it, that liquid droplets of the hairspray disperse into the air. Again the insecticides, also they are in the liquid form, but when we spray on the plants, they sprayed in the air, disperse in the air. So the insecticide sprays are also the aerosol type of the liquid in gas. Next that is the type is the it is called now solid sol. This is also called as the solid sol, but here the dispersed phase is gas and dispersion medium is solid now. That is gas in solid. And the best example is the pumic stone. You know that pumic stone found into the sea water due to the, that is the carbon dioxide, when the aquatic animals when they that is uh, the carbon dioxide when they spread into the air, at that time there are the holes to there, that is the into that their calcium carbonate shells, and that calcium carbonate shells, from that is the pumica stones are made. Now the best example is the idli. Our mother or your mother always make the cook the idli. Idli is also the example of the solid salt, because into that air, that is the carbon dioxide, and the solid material of the idli is there. So pumica stone, idli, foam rubber, plaster, these are the example of solid salts, that is gas in solid. And the last one is the gas in liquid now. That is dispersion medium is liquid and dispersed phase is gas. The best example is the foam. That is the when we washes the clothes, that foam is there, or that is the soap ladder is also the example. So foam is their gas in the liquid type of the colloid or colloidal dispersion, and the best example is the froth of the detergents and soap. Whipped creams, when we used on the cakes, that whipped creams is also the example of foam type or gas in liquid, and the soap lather. Now these are the examples of the foam. Now these are the 8 different types of colloids which are based on the physical state of dispersion medium and dispersed phase. Now the next, that is the second classification of colloid, is based on the, that is the interaction or affinity of the phases, that is the dispersion phase and dispersion medium, or if there is the interaction or affinity, or there is not affinity on that, there are the liophobic and liopophilic type of colloids are there. We will see later on it into the, in the next lecture. But if you understand this classification based on the physical state of dispersion medium and dispersed phase, again what are the colloids and how in our day-to-day life colloids are very important, so many examples, then you like, share and subscribe this video, and again told the another students of 11th science to subscribe and like. Thank you very much.